Welcome to this video on the relationship between the Qur'an and modern science. We will explore how we can study these two fields together, using Surah Al-Fatir as a specific case study to understand nature's science. First, it is important to recognize that the Qur'an is primarily a book of guidance, not a scientific textbook. Its purpose is to direct humanity toward faith and righteous conduct. Verses regarding nature are signs meant to inspire reflection on the wisdom of the Creator. While the Qur'an is not a science book, scientific knowledge can help us appreciate the depth of its verses. However, a key principle is that scientific discoveries do not prove the Qur'an. Rather, they can help us understand it more deeply. We must also remember that science is based on observation and continuous revision. Theories that are widely accepted in one century may be replaced or modified later. Therefore, we should be cautious when comparing eternal scripture with shifting scientific theories. How then do scholars study the Qur'an alongside science? Because science is constantly evolving and the Qur'an is an eternal text, our methodology for reading them together is crucial. Let's look at some common scholarly approaches. One approach is the science matcher, which attempts to link Quranic verses directly to specific scientific facts. While this can generate interest, it carries the risk of making the interpretation obsolete if scientific understanding changes. Another approach is eco-theology, which focuses on our ethical duty to protect the environment. A third is the balanced way, which carefully examines language and intent. Finally, the classic way relies on traditional grammar and early scholarly insights. Now let's turn our attention to Surah Fatir, the 35th chapter of the Qur'an. Revealed in Makkah, this chapter contains 45 verses that focus on God's creation, with the core message that the perfect order of nature serves as proof of one Creator. In verse 41, the Qur'an speaks of Allah holding the heavens and the earth, preventing them from collapsing. This highlights the cosmic order and the invisible forces, like gravity, that maintain the balance of our universe. Verse 9 describes the water cycle, how winds stir up clouds, driving them to dead land to bring it to life. This aligns with modern understanding of meteorology, emphasizing how God revives the earth, a sign of His power. In verse 11, the Qur'an discusses human creation, mentioning dust and a sperm drop. This reflects the biological reality of our physical composition and the microscopic beginnings of human development. Verse 12 speaks of two seas, one fresh and sweet, the other salty and bitter. It notes that while they are different, God has placed immense benefits in both for humanity to utilize. Verse 27 describes how rain produces fruits of varying colors. This diversity is presented not as an accident, but as a masterpiece of the Creator, showing how the same water can produce such different results. The same verse also mentions the colors of mountains. It highlights the distinct layers of minerals, which in the past served as guides for travelers navigating the landscape, reflecting God's intricate design in the earth. Finally, verse 28 highlights diversity in humans and animals. This variety is celebrated as a sign of God's limitless creativity, reminding us that these differences are meant to be cherished. Thank you for watching this video on the relationship between the Qur'an and modern science. We hope this exploration inspires you to continue reading the book of nature, seeking to understand the greatness of the Creator through His creation.